Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know what the heck happened. But it absolutely was not working. So I had to like close out of the app and reopen the app because I don't know. I don't know. Sorry about that. I'm back. I hope you come back too. Um, but today is Sunday Garden Chat, where it's like pretty much open chat. We can talk about anything, right? But I do have a topic, and it's specifically surrounding their desire to spray our food with forever chemicals, which is wild. That's just wild to me. So, what was that? Listen, sorry. If you were on the original live, I started the live, I had to stop the live, and now I'm back on the live because I just could not figure out why my camera wouldn't stream. So, I'm not using the camera on my computer. I'm using my Sony camera. And so I've got all this stuff hooked up now, and whatever. We here now, y'all. Hello. Hello. How's your weekend going? Are any of you having Sunday scaries? Cause tomorrow I gotta go back to work. I've had these 4 days off, and it has been heavenly. I can't even lie. Like, what did you do? I did nothing. How about I was supposed to have 2 house showings today. Cleaned up, packed my stuff up, got my little dog out. You know how many showings I had? Big old zip, 0 zilch. So I packed up and left both times, and nobody came. For no reason, I got up and left my house for no reason, because nobody came. Nobody came. I know, how you doing? I thought about you this morning because I had a bagel with whipped cream cheese. Delicious. You didn't do anything? Child, let me think, what did I do today? Other than cleaning my house like a whirling dervish so that I can be ready for a house showing that did not occur. How about that? How about that? Hey, Faye, welcome in. So y'all, the topic I have for us to talk about today is how they're spraying. The EPA has decided that it's perfectly fine for them to spray our food with these forever chemicals. And I know, you're thinking, what the hell, EPA? I'm also thinking, what the hell, EPA? But, y'all, I've also been working on my graphics. So hopefully you see me. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me as well. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you feel the love tonight? I hope so. Can you feel the love tonight? I slept till 7:30ish, and I have not moved in 2 hours. You better live a best life. You better live a best life then. That sounds amazing. Well, I see you, and I don't really actually see you, but I'm glad that you can see me and hear me. Sorry. Listen, look, I figured out how to I got some help from my friend Think, Believe, and Achieve, and I can hear you. Well, I can't actually hear you, but I'm glad you can hear me. So I got some help from Think, Believe, and Achieve, and he helped me fix so we can see the video. Look, y'all.
Miss, you lost your shoe.
Keep it! I've got what I came for!
Then I'll bring it to you.
Okay, y'all. that was my first attempt at a Sora video, and I was able to show it yesterday, but I could not figure out how to get y'all to hear the sound that accompanied it. And so that was my first attempt at a Sora video, and it was supposed to be like a Cinderella-esque type story, right? But instead of her running to meet Prince Charming, she's making off with plant cuttings because I just don't, I cannot wrap my head around. I need to get dressed up to go to the palace, and I've got a fairy godmother, and I'm doing all this so I can go to a dance. Child boo. No, miss me. Miss me. So, didn't it look good? Thank you. Thank you. I'm getting better. Oh my gosh. Y'all, it's level up season. I just hope you know it's level up season. We was here. We was here. We gonna be here. So I used Sora to make that, but I've been making more graphics using Nano Banana, which is the Google. Sora is Open AI, but Nano Banana is Google's, and I absolutely love it. The graphics are crazy. Yes, we're leveling up, and I am learning how to use this platform more. So y'all know I usually will go live using my cell phone too, but now I'm using, instead of my cell phone, I am on OBS Studio. I am using my laptop, and I am broadcasting through my Sony camera. And so I'm doing all kinds of things. So listen, level up season, faves, level up season, faves. So today, y'all know on Sundays it's like open chat, but we got to talk about the EPA saying that they can use forever chemicals. So y'all, I pulled a little image down because I wanted us to talk about this. The EPA approves pesticides containing forever chemicals for common vegetables. These heavy water content vegetables like broccoli and potatoes. You just figured out your phone will generate emoji using AI? Listen. So it's being approved for like broccoli, potatoes, and things like romaine lettuce, which is crazy, right? And so PFSAs, let me think if that's, because I might be saying it wrong. PFSAs, let me go back. PFAS, or per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, are a group of synthetic chemicals used to make products heat, water, and stain resistance. They are called forever chemicals because their strong carbon fluorine bonds prevent them from breaking down naturally, allowing them to persist in the environment for a very long time, accumulating in soil, accumulating in water, and living organisms, including humans. How about that? So y'all, all your chemicals with these PFAS in them refers to this group of over 10,000 chemicals not found in nature. And now the Environmental Protection Agency says it can be in our food. How exciting! And not really. Right? This won't cause any long-term health issues. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? I was like, are you kidding me? Y'all, as a gardener, listen, but if that sounded bad, I promise you, that's not it. That's not it. Let me tell y'all this other thing. Scientists and watchdog groups caution that much remains unknown about the health and environmental effects of fluorinated pesticides. Do you know why it remains unknown? Because nobody's studying it. You know why nobody's studying it? Because there's no money in it. Like, we're not studying that. There's no money in it. Oh my God. PFAs have been linked to several kinds of cancer, birth defects, and damage to the liver and immune system, among other health problems. What is it, bud? Guess who? Guess what company? Guess what? Which company is making some of these approved PFAS? These forever chemicals. It's a company called Bayer. Have you heard of Bayer? Bayer. They make aspirin. You know what else they make? Cancer treating drugs. Wouldn't the FDA have the final say? I mean, wouldn't they? Who's over the FDA? I don't even know. I don't keep up with that stuff. Trump for king of the world. Oi, Pedro. Trump is the greatest man to ever live. Oh, wow. You know what? I'm gonna put you in timeout because I don't need to see that. Don't spam. Don't spam. Do not spam my live. Okay? Okay. Do not spam my live. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Do not, no, you're the captain now? Guess who's not the captain? You have the final say. I'm in charge. No, I have the final say. I'm in charge. It's my life. I have the final say. Thank you for subscribing. Please don't spam the live. Oh, wait. Why did I do that? I didn't want that. You were just trying to figure out how you could help. Aw. Welcome in. Hey, Dr. Alessandra. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy, y'all. So, but I wanted to tell you something else about the PFAs. So, a lot of pesticides are made by Bayer, right? So, isn't it something that they would create a problem and manufacture a solution? Isn't that something? Oh my gosh. Caprello, stop. Oh my goodness. Too much. Too much, Caprello. I had to hide you on the channel. I can't have you stressing folks out. Namely, folks is me. Folks is me. You can't be on here. Who made DDT? Agent Orange. I don't know. Was it Nestle? It's like the chocolate company. Let's see. Who made DDT? Listen. Let's see. It says his name is Othmar Zeidler. As a chemical exercise, but he did not investigate its potential issues. Just released it onto the world, huh? Gosh. They do too much. They do too much, y'all. It's too much. But I wanted to tell y'all this also about the PFAs because The EPA said we made a deliberate decision to spend resources on other pesticides because PFAS concerns. The EPA has registered dozens of pesticides with fluorinated compounds spanning both Republican and Democratic administrations. You know what Republicans and Democrats have in common? Like, it's like they're two sides of the same coin. You know, everybody pick a party for what? Pick a party for what? For who? For why? They do what they want. The EPA has also announced plans to relax a rule requiring companies to report all products containing these forever chemicals, and it has proposed weakening drinking water standards for the chemicals. Like, I don't want to be in politics, y'all. I'm only concerned with the fact that we're having these chemicals placed into our food. And as a gardener, this is the time for y'all to mount up and do it. This is the time for us to start, listen, follow the path of the money. It goes blue and red. It's purple. It's not like, oh, the Republicans are so bad. The Republicans are no worse than the Democrats, y'all. Let me stop talking about politics because I don't want to go down that road, y'all. I don't want to do it. It's not about politics. It's about money. They don't listen. Their political party is money. It's not one of those, one or the other. The money. Follow the money. Exactly. Follow the path of the money. That's what's going on here. So, for those of you, listen, I can't say that this is an exciting time to be a gardener because I think every day is an exciting time to be a gardener. But what I would say is maybe don't buy these things. And I know what you're thinking. Well, what can we buy? What can we go to the grocery store and buy? Like, there used to be a time when everybody had like a little garden at their house. There was some stuff you just grew at home. Everybody had a little garden. Now everybody's out here with these giant lawns and stuff like that. You know what you get, how much food you get out of your front lawn? None. And then you put all these chemicals in it. It's costing you so much water and chemicals and time to keep these green lawns as opposed to growing some food. Grow you some food. Justice ain't blind, it turns a blind if you have the green. Facts. Facts, CWL. Facts. I am 100% a container gardener. So I know people are out here thinking like, I don't have space. But I can't grow any food because I don't have space. You do. You can. All you need is a pot. Some pots, some soil, some water, some light. Get you one of those grow lights. I have several here. It done found its way into your cream cheese and pipe tobacco. Oh no! It made it to the, don't say it. I don't even want to know. See, I didn't even look at the cream cheese. So we're just ingesting all these chemicals. We're just constantly ingesting all these chemicals. And they say, you know, there's been no scientific studies that say these are harmful to your body. You know why there's no scientific studies? Because nobody's studying it. Nobody's studying it. Listen, y'all, it is time to get on the path. You can grow your own food. And I know it seems difficult, it seems impossible, but you can grow your own food, even in a small space. I have a free, zero cost, quick start guide to growing your own food. I want you guys to download the guide. I'm on here every day. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about you can grow some things at your house. You can grow lettuce year-round in your house, y'all. It is so quick to grow. It likes cool temperatures. So if your house is a hot box, now you might have a problem. But lettuce is a cool season vegetable. So if you had some seeds, like if you plant some lettuce, it's perennial. It will come back every year. You put some lettuce in like a container. Cream cheese, cream cheese. Are you in the cream cheese family with CWL? Cause he loved cream cheese. I actually had some cream cheese for breakfast. But are you on the cream cheese bandwagon too? Listen, Jingle Sparkle. How about corn? Corn is already genetically modified in this country. There is no non genetically modified corn in this country. And see, here's the thing, and people are like, well, what's wrong with genetic modification? So, normally seeds will splice themselves, right? Like if you're growing this. I wish I had a picture of the heather in my front yard. So there's pink heather and there's white heather in my front yard. I have them planted right next to each other. I planted them back and forth, pink and white, pink and white. The last one, the bush has turned both pink and white, so it produces both flowers because it's cross pollinated, right? And so that's what can happen with a lot of things. They intermingle. So I'm growing this by this. Naturally, you get a hybrid, like right what they call dogs mutts. It's mixed with this. It's mixed with this, and then you get what the best version. Listen, it happens. House and never. House and never. Corn would not have existed if it wasn't for human tampering, and that's perfectly fine. I am specifically talking about introducing a fish hormone into the corn. You don't want to be Jingle Sparkle anymore? Yeah, no, I think it's perfectly fine that humans intervene, right? That's like lemons, right? Humans intervene, they created a lemon. I'm not talking about I planted my bell peppers close to my jalapenos and now I got spicy bell peppers. I'm not talking about that, right? I'm talking about specifically introducing something outside of that. Like I'm going to take this chemical and mix it in with this so that I can create this new thing. You cannot you cannot trademark. You can't copyright an organic potato. It's it just that's how it grows. However, if you have added some chemical that changes the genetic makeup of this potato, you can patent and trademark that. Does that make sense? You don't want to be Jingle Sparkle? I think Jingle Sparkle is cute. I'm just going to say it. Jingle Sparkle is adorable. Daryl Hallman, is that as cute as Jingle Sparkle? I don't know what you look like. You might actually be cute. But Jingle Sparkle is freaking adorable. Okay? It's freaking adorable. So I'm just putting that out there. Now change it if you want to. But Jingle Sparkle is freaking adorable. I'm a grown ass man. Listen, grown ass man. You could be a grown ass man who jingles and sparkles. Sparkle. Sparkle. I'm sorry, it cracked me up. I want you to jingle and sparkle. I think that's cute. You can be a grown ass man who sparkles. Sparkle. Listen, so I just feel like now is the perfect time, y'all. For all my garden friends, now is the perfect time for us to be growing things and saving our seeds. This is the time. I might as well say jingle bells. No, because it's Jingle Sparkle. We don't want to be Jingle Bells. We want to be Jingle Sparkle. Jingle Bells is not the same as Jingle Sparkle. 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 Jingle Sparkle. Jingle Sparkle. Listen, so I'm just saying, they created a problem. They manufactured a solution. I want y'all, listen, I'm going to put it up here. Hold on. Boom. So, listen. Tell him don't change his name from Jingle Sparkle. Don't, no, I will not stop. And do not change your name. That is freaking cute. That is adorable. That's like one of the cutest things I've heard all day. I love it. Jingle Sparkle, Jingle Sparkle, Sparkle. Y'all, that link up there will take you to the Garden Buddy store. The Garden Buddy is me. I am Nisi, your Garden Buddy. There is a free. You can't see it all the way. Let me move it down. Hold on, let me move it down. Let's move it. How about that? So I'm going to move it down so y'all can see. That will take you to my beacon site. You can go on there, thegardenbuddy.store. There it says 0 cost, free quick start guide to growing your own food. Grow your own, like potatoes. I grew potatoes this year. Lettuce, I grew lettuce this year. I even grew some, I started growing broccoli, but I absolutely hate broccoli, y'all. I cannot. Ugh, it smells gross to me. Let me see. You went through a Hardee's drive-through. The dude on the intercom sounded like the Arby's We Have the Meats, and Isaac Hayes had a kid. Arby's We Have the Meats. Oh. And Isaac Hayes. I gotta think of what Isaac, do they have fried chicken? Hey! Hi, Jamia. You gonna Google it now? Yes, listen. Thegardenbuddy.store. You want to specifically click on the free item. Now, I would love for you to subscribe. Once a month, I send out a newsletter. And so that's how you keep, abreast of new things that are coming up. But I want you to download the free quick start guide to growing your own food. Jamie, did you hear about this? That they're allowing them to put PFAS, these forever chemicals in our food. The EPA says that you can now have these fluorine-based chemicals in your potatoes and your lettuce and your broccoli. Broccoli is disgusting anyway. Y'all should just stop eating it. It's gross. Just stop eating it. I don't want that for you. But lettuce, I love lettuce. So, the EPA is approving pesticide containing forever chemicals for your veggies. Yep. This is it. This is it. It's saying, yep. You can put this in your common veggies. Now, what is the point of that? Money. Money is the point, people. This is the time to be growing some of your own. If you want to eat these chemicals, like, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know what the worst that can happen is. It says here, cancer. And what was the other thing it said? Let me see. Yeah, they're going to be used on vegetables such as romaine lettuce, broccoli, and potatoes. And these chemicals have been linked to several kinds of cancer, birth defects, and damage to the liver and immune system, among other health problems. Now, listen, some of this stuff you can grow at home. Can you grow everything? No, but you don't have to grow everything. That's why we have community. That's why we lean into our community. The dude turned out to be a fair complected little guy. The Isaac Hayes guy? Wait, what happened to Jingle Sparkle? Damn it. What a cute name. Jingle Sparkle left, I think, y'all. I really like that name. Come back, Jingle Sparkle. Come back. Listen, I think we have to be concerned, y'all. I think we have cause to be concerned about what we're eating, what we're buying from the store. I just recently saw these people as we were approaching Thanksgiving that they were buying pre-cut sweet potatoes, and the sweet potatoes were all like spongy and full of some kind of liquid, which is gross. Number one, how lazy have we got? We can't cut our own sweet potatoes. Why are we buying pre-cut sweet potatoes? Seriously? Why are we buying pre-cut sweet potatoes? Number one. Number two, what the hell was wrong with these pre-cut sweet potatoes, y'all? This is the stuff I'm talking about. We are trading. You just signed up for the newsletter? Yay! Thank you. Listen, make sure you get your free quick start guide to growing your own food. Because why? Why are we allowing these people to poison our food? The same company that's putting these chemicals in your food is the same company that's manufacturing the drugs that's supposed to help you from the ailments you receive. Like they're creating their own business cycle. They're like, we got to keep this money rolling in. Y'all out here trying to get healthy, we can fix that. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't be laughing, but it's kind of funny, right? It's kind of funny. Like, I'm gonna manufacture this problem. And then, y'all get sick, just take our drugs. Take our drugs, and then you won't get better, but we'll treat the heck out of you. We might raise the price on those pharmaceuticals as well. It's just like what? Listen, I found my way into gardening just because I loved it. Just because it kept me from crashing out. Because who knows how many people I would choke out if I did not find my way into growing food. Y'all ever feel like that? Like you just talking to somebody, like I can see me choking you out. Like it's chopping you right in the throat. I don't do that. You know why? Because I grow things. I grow things, and then instead of choking people out, I grow carrots. Win-win, win-win, win-win. So I'm concerned, though. I have concerns about where we're going to be, that we're allowing chemicals in our foods now. We're allowing the chemicals to be in our foods. There's something janky going on. I've been in the hospital several times due to different levels of a stroke. It started when I was 38, and every time there was someone younger. What does that mean? There's something, you talk about the industrial medical complex, which could just kind of be like the industrial prison complex, because If that's the janky you talking about, it's definitely janky. If that's the janky you're talking about, it's definitely janky. I moved this back. I feel like it's just really close. Felt like the camera was like super, like right, like right there. So, just gonna make this a little bit smaller. Listen, the Garden Buddy store. Know with the food we eat, or is it our water supply? You know what? Two things can be true. I don't think it's just the food that we eat. And I don't think it's just our water supply. I think it could be both. I remember it was this joke I heard when I was younger, and they were talking about when Americans try to sell everything, they would probably try to bottle water. What is it, bud? He hears people talking outside. No, it's totally with the food that we eat. Like you think about, like, what was the thing we were talking about? They were talking about, oh, it used to be like we grew up eating these kinds, and we grew up eating the McDonald's. It didn't make us sick. You didn't grow up eating the McDonald's that they have now. The McDonald's when I was 7 is not the same McDonald's 40 plus years later, right? When we were eating McDonald's, the bread was probably made out of wheat and yeast and flour, and the meat was probably beef. We're all eating crap. Like, listen, I was just looking at something the other day where they were talking about, you would be surprised if it's not in the air. I would be surprised if it's not in the air too, because they keep changing the air quality standards as well. They keep changing that too. So I would be surprised if it's not that. Like, literally, what we're eating today is not the same thing we were eating when we were kids. It's not. It doesn't taste the same. Like, the stuff that we're eating today doesn't taste the same as it did 7 years ago. I used to love Chipotle. When I eat Chipotle now, it has absolutely no flavor. You get full because you're eating a quantity of food, but it's not good. There's no, like, there's no crunch to the peppers and veggies. The sweetness is not there. The rice is just, everything just tastes bland. I would rather not, I just don't eat it anymore because it tastes like nothing. Hey, buddy, how are you? Welcome in, Buddy Ramirez. But, like, I think both things could be true. It could be our food and our water. Real talk. Why are we having all these chemicals in our food? Why we gotta dye the food? Like, think about orange juice. There are so many chemicals in orange juice, y'all. Just orange juice. Just orange juice. It's not juice from an orange. It's a bunch of stuff they mix together. You want to say hi? Come here. Come on. Come on. Oh. He came on this side. Oh, now you jump back down. Come on. Jump up. There you go, bud. Say hi. He going back and forth. You used to love Butterfinger on a Saturday night. Now it doesn't have any flavor. Isn't that crazy? It's like you just eating quantities of stuff. Let me see if I can get him to jump up. Here, come on. There we go. There we go, sweet boy. Yeah. It's like the stuff just has no flavor anymore. But you're just eating quantities of food. So if you want something like even like tomatoes, like for those of us who garden, we're like tomato snobs. Like, oh, you want me to eat that grocery store tomato? I don't want that. Look, we just become tomato snobs. The flavor of our food today is why I ordered C from Baker's Creek. I am wishing for flavors. I remember as a child, yeah, this stuff that we're eating has no flavor whatsoever. Like these tomatoes we get at the grocery store now, they're not. Number one, when they bring them in, it doesn't stick with you like it used to because the meal is not gonna stick with you like it used to because it's full of chemicals now. Like the flavor is manufactured. The majority of your taste is your olfactory senses. It's your sense of smell. They manufacture the smell. You're smelling the chemical, but there's no nutrition in there. And so that's why like I'm with you, Lynette. Like that's why I cook at home. The food tastes amazing, right? The stuff we get at the store, it tastes like the box it came out of, and it's wild. Like when they bring the tomatoes in, number one, they pick them, they're unripe. They bring them in the country, they don't have any flavor at all. I've eaten a fried green tomato. It got a little flavor. Now I know it's fried and I put a little remoulade on it, but it got some flavor, right? These things don't have any flavor at all. You try not to eat beef from the store, child, we probably shouldn't be eating beef at all. If you can get together with some of your friends and buy a cow, that's probably gonna be your best bet for some quality beef because this stuff is a hot mess out here. The tomatoes they bring them in, they pick them unripe, they bring them in, they gas them. What is the name of that gas that they? Let me look it up. There's a gas that they gas the tomatoes with to turn them red. And then they stay in there. Like you put a tomato in your refrigerator. Why is this thing not breaking down and molding so you have to throw it away? That thing can stay in there forever. Why isn't our fruits and vegetables becoming ripe and spoiling? We should not be able to take a tomato and have it in our refrigerator for a month. That doesn't make any sense. Is nitrogen that they're blasting it with? I knew it was something they were blasting it with to make the tomatoes turn red. This is no flavor at all. I have been in my garden like pulling tomatoes off of the plant and they taste like a flavor burst in your mouth. Same for the peppers. I had these little sweet snacking peppers, delicious. And so you have to wonder like what is going on here? Why my food don't have no flavor at all? Because they don't want it to. But we're still eating it. Because what's our other option? And so now you go back, you look at the back of any item you buy, and it's just got this list of chemicals. And you're waiting like, where's the potato? People buying potato flakes out of a box to make mashed potatoes. Seriously? Potatoes is one of the easiest things to grow. Potatoes, lettuce, these are the easiest things to grow, y'all. You have a loaf of bread you forgot about that's over a month old and it's not moldy. This is what I'm talking about. Something's not right with that. Why isn't the bread moldy? Y'all remember being a kid and you would put we used to put our bread in the freezer. We didn't want it to go bad. You could just leave that bread out forever now. It's probably not gonna mold. What is that? Why? Why? I keep seeing these people do these things on Instagram, and saving their McDonald's food. They had a cheeseburger over a year old, looked brand new, had lettuce on it. Lettuce was still green. The lettuce was still green. The bread had not molded. Everything about this burger looked almost exactly the same. It's a year old. They had a man from Japan buy a cheeseburger with the bread and lettuce and all that. 10 days. It was moldy. It smelled bad. He was like, yeah, 10 days. Like it was breaking down like it was supposed to. Why are we allowing this? And it's all financial, y'all. You're not gonna convince me it's not all financial. All my eggs are farm raised. My pork is farm raised. My beef farm raised. It's not chemicals. The majority of people are not getting farm raised eggs. The majority of us are not getting farm raised beef and farm raised pork. That's something you're getting. The majority of people are not getting that. And you have to remember, there's a lot of people out here who live in what they call them, food deserts, because there's no access to fresh, healthy food. I remember yellow squash, tomatoes, and green beans having such flavor and smell. I looked at the age and history of a few seeds from Baker's Creek. Listen, I used to it used to be a treat to eat out when we were growing up. You remember that, Lynette? Like you could like eating out was not like something where people eat out every day now. We didn't eat out like that when we were growing up. That was a treat. It was a treat to get to go to McDonald's. I remember they had come out with this, was it McBLT, McDLT, something like that. And we were like, I was like, oh, I want to try it. Mom, please, I want to try McDLT. I remember that. And we couldn't even finish the food because it was so much. I remember it was too much for us to sit there and finish it. Now, how is that the case? But now I can eat the whole burger, fries, the drink, and I get full, but I can eat again. What is that? You got Pizza Hut maybe twice a year. I remember that. And we used to go to Pizza Hut. We were like sitting in the restaurant. It was different. But now people like ordering food every single day. They at the drive through and this stuff is crap. It doesn't taste right. I had bought a chicken breast. And now I got to spend all this money on chicken now because I had bought some chicken breast and it just cooked so fast. And even when I was like cutting it up, it didn't look right. It didn't look right. And it cooked really quickly and it tasted funny. So I was like, now I can't even eat chicken. It's just something's not right. And they're manufacturing. Now they're saying they can put the chemicals in the food. Your mom worked at McDonald's for years as a manager, so you got McDonald's a little too often. Listen, McDonald's was a treat for us. The only time we got McDonald's, we begged for that McDLT, I think it was called. It was either McBLT or McDLT. And then we would get McDonald's breakfast if we took a road trip. That was when we got McDonald's. I don't think it's safe to eat that stuff now. It's not real. Like they manufacture the smell. They manufacture, like a food scientist is out here manufacturing smells. That's what you're smelling. You smell French fries, but that's probably not even a real potato. Child. So they're manufacturing food that is unhealthy, that causes cancer, that causes birth defects and liver damage. Literally, this is what we just read. They're manufacturing this that causes all these problems. But don't hold on, because Bayer is manufacturing this problem, but they're also going to manufacture a solution for you, because we put these chemicals in your food that cause cancer. Don't worry about it. We sell this cancer treatment drug over here. Holler at your boy. Holler at your boy. Chicken farmers, it's unreal how fast the turnover rate is from chick to finished bird. Yes. And they've given these chickens all these chemicals. I was watching this. Was it like on Amazon or something? I watched this thing. These birds they couldn't even walk, some of them, because they were growing so quickly. They couldn't walk and stand. That's what we eating, child. Something's not right. Y'all, you don't have to, I understand you can't grow all the things, right? You can't, maybe we're not all able to have a full farm, but you can grow some of the things. And let's start leaning into our communities. Listen, I don't think my friend Dr. Alessandra is still on here, but let me tell you about, she grew this squash, right? So I was not, how do you spell steroids? Listen. So my friend Dr. Alessandra was growing this squash. It was beautiful. Some of that yellow crookneck, that yellow summer squash. Oh man, it looked so good. I was not growing squash, but I was looking at her squash, and then she was just showing pictures of it. Like, this squash looks amazing. Man, then she showed herself picking the squash and harvesting the squash. Squash looked amazing. She showed herself sauteing the squash up. I was like, man, I sure wish I could have some of that squash. She was not picking up what I was putting down, y'all. Didn't get any of the squash. I didn't get any of the squash. But my point is, she was growing the squash and I wasn't. I have all these herbs that I'm growing, all these other vegetables. So maybe in exchange for some squash, I could share some of my blackberries, or I could share some of my blueberries, or, whatever. We can be in community with each other. Dr. Alessandra's back. Listen, I'm never gonna let that squash go. I'm never gonna let that yellow squash go. Y'all, I was in my feelings. I was like, man, that squash sure looks good. I ain't get none of that squash. She was like, it was delicious too. I was like, yeah, it looked delicious. Sorry, Dr. Alessandra. Listen, I'm never gonna let that squash go. It just looks so good, y'all. And she just kept showing it. You can see the whole life cycle of the squash. Like, look how big it's getting. Yeah, it looks great. Squash looks amazing. So I remember eating. Where is it? The dad said, I remember eating pizza as a child, but now, and you could eat only one slice. Yes, it was full for hours, but now you could eat like a half a pizza. What's that? Something's not right. Something's not right. What did she say? I will never live that down, and it came back to haunt me because I didn't get a single squash this year. Y'all, I can't let her live that down. I'm telling you. You just watching the whole life cycle of the squash, like, man, sure looks good. She's like, yeah, it's delicious. I ain't getting no squash. Oh my God, let me see CWL, so shame I ain't get none of that great squash. It's the yellow summer squash. It looked delicious. You don't care much for okra. I actually love okra. I love okra. 2026, you plan to purchase half a cow from a local farmer. Oh, that's fantastic. Are you going in with some friends? Because, see, that's what I was looking at. Like, I feel like I could get together with some folks and we could, like, 3 or 4 families, we could purchase one cow, divvy up the parts that we want. Like, I feel like that's a great idea. What you doing, bud? Yeah, I just feel like that's a great idea. Purchasing a whole cow. I think that's a fantastic, like a half a cow, sorry. I think that's a fantastic idea. That you know how the cow was raised. They're still making their money, but you're not getting all these chemicals and stuff that they're putting out. Like, come on. Come on. How am I able to sit? How was I able? It used to take me time to saute chicken. How is it cooking this quickly? This is not, something's not right with, listen, something's not right with our food supply. And we just keep eating it because what's our other option? Our option is to start growing our food. That's why I put up the link. There's a free guide. You can grow your own food. I'm 100% a container gardener. I was not growing any food in ground. All of it 100% in containers. It can be done. It can be done. Don't let people be out here convincing you, oh, it's not, you have to have an acre of land. No, you do not. No, you do not. Hey, Julia. This spring you're gonna pick a calf and fatten it up. You're gonna get the fattened calf. It's the fatted calf. What are you doing? Hi, Julia. What are you doing? What are you doing, sweet boy? Listen, if I could figure out how to sell my calf crop as organic farm fresh beef, I could get folks organic beef. You sure as heck could. Listen, in community. Do you hear what I'm saying, y'all? Community. I can't grow all the things. Like, I didn't grow squash this year either. But maybe next year, if my friend grows squash, be squash in my future. Starting using the wet paper towel method starting in January and then planting by the moon cycle. Listen, so I have a ridiculous amount of seeds. I am over the top. And I have been saving my seeds too. So I had those yellow watermelon. I got seeds from that. I have the crimson sweet watermelon. I got seeds from that. So normally the first thing I start early, I start tomatoes and peppers. I'd never been successful with peppers before. This is my first year growing the peppers. And this is what, the reason I was not being successful because I was starting my seeds and I was starting them and I would have them under the humidity dome. So I was having things, grow, but never my peppers. Peppers like heat, y'all. You want to germinate your pepper seeds, they put them on a heat mat. Put them on a heat mat. You can still do the humidity dome. Those pepper seeds need to be on a heat mat. Everything else germinated for me. The chamomile, the lettuce, all of the things. The only thing that didn't come up was the peppers. Peppers need heat. Around here, a lot of people hunt and fish to help out the grocery bill. I would totally love to go fishing to help out my grocery bill. I'm probably not gonna hunt. I don't see me slaughtering my own food. Somebody else not need to do that. Now I could clean the fish because we did that growing up. So normally I didn't start. I would normally start my seeds in February, but I think what based off of where the way things are going right now, Lynette, I honestly think it's gonna have gardening is gonna have to start being that year-round thing. You know, especially because some things do really well in the cold, like greens, your brassicas, cabbage, things like that. Growing in the fall and winter is great for a lot of these, and especially like greens and cabbage. Once they get that real kiss of cold, that little frost hits them, that's when they get extra sweet. And the other nice thing about growing in the cooler season is you don't have to worry about the same insect problem trying to keep the pests away. Now, I'm a big fan of companion planting, and so that's what helped with a lot of pest control for me. If y'all have never heard of sweet alyssum, that's what you need. You don't like deer, so you don't hunt them, but you like fowl and fish. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good on the fowl and the fish. Deer, I've had deer meat. I didn't think it was bad. I'm not going to take down a deer. I would like for deer to stay as far away from my house as possible. I don't love the deer. I don't love those things that would eat my garden. So they can go. Sweet Alyssa, when you are growing and it's out in the summer months, you want to look at companion planting, and people are always doing the companion planting with like basil and marigolds. I love marigolds too, that very strong smell. Sweet alyssum. I pronounce it alyssum. Some people pronounce it alyssum, but I pronounce it alyssum. Listen, it brings beneficial insects that eat the insects that would eat your plants. I'm companion planting. This is how community, I'm going to keep saying community is how we are going to be okay. Community is how we are going to be okay, y'all. I think it's time to plant a garden. Just do not believe just because you are in a small space. I'm in a small space. Don't think just because you're in a small space you cannot have a garden. You can. Don't think you have to have an acre of land, or I don't have a little plot of ground that I can plant in. I am a 100% container gardener. I do not grow any food that is not in a container. And I have a peach tree. It's in a container. Blackberries in containers. Blueberries in containers. Peppers in containers. Tomatoes in containers. Herbs, everything growing in containers. I even grew watermelons in containers. Listen, Lynette, when I first started growing stuff, and I was growing bell peppers, and I was so proud of these little bell peppers, and I got hit with the hornworms. And when I tell you, I was like, no, this ate a hole through my pepper. Why? That was my first and last season seeing those hornworms. I hit the Googles. I was on the internet, and that's when I found companion planting. I found out about sweet alyssum. I haven't seen a hornworm since 2020. Bat boxes to keep the mosquito population down. Yeah, we have bats here too. I now I use chemicals for the mosquitoes. I can't even lie. I was using those what do you call those things? What do you call those things? I was using those to keep the mosquitoes away. I'm trying to think of what it's called. I'm drawing a blank. Hold on. Let me look it up. Thermocells. That's it. I was just about to type it in. Thermocell mosquito repellers. I can't with mosquitoes. I cannot go outside. You go outside one time, and it's not the mature mosquitoes, it be the babies that just swarm you. So I would definitely have to, I used the Thermocell mosquito repeller is what I was using. And I remember somebody's like, oh, but does it really work? Why would I tell you about it if it didn't really work? That's like, why would I tell you about sweet alyssum if I was still having all my plants be eaten by tomato hornworms? I'd be like, that should, excuse me, that don't work. Y'all, listen, companion planting is the truth. Yes, yes. I'm telling you, change the game. You'll see like little hoverflies. It brings hoverflies, parasitic wasps. These things didn't bother me, but no hornworms because they are eating the larva of that. What's that? It's that hummingbird moth that makes those hornworms. So it's eating the larva that they never make it to the hornworm stage. Just it's after them. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, y'all. I'm going to keep working on things. I'm gonna put this up one more time, y'all. This is what we're talking about. The EPA has approved these forever chemicals for common use on our vegetables, like potatoes, like romaine lettuce. So this link that I have up here, this takes you to my store that I have digital products on. There is a free product. It's called the free quick start guide to growing your own vegetables. And for people who are container gardeners like me, it's like, listen, this is the basics. For people, especially who have not grown anything, it's talking about lighting. It's talking about learning your growing zone. Talks about how to choose soil, thinking about watering, things like that. Listen, we need to get on board with growing. We have to get on board with growing. This is what I'm telling folks to do. We need to get on board with growing. So that's what that is. That is a PDF and it is no cost. Let's get on board with growing, y'all. And let's get on board with community. Like right now where we're talking, like I'm not gonna grow squash. I'm not gonna grow squash, Alessandra. But if you're picking up what I'm putting down, you wanna grow squash, like you can share your squash with me. And I will share my blackberries with you and all of my herbs that I like to grow. This is what I'm talking about. This is where I feel like, I had grapes out there this year. I was growing onions. Like, this is where we need to be going. We need to be growing like this. So this is what I'm saying. That's why I put the link up. Grab the free guide, sign up for the newsletter. A lot of times I'm just sharing like recipes and anything new that I have coming out and my own thoughts. Cause it's a newsletter and it only comes out once a month. So I'm only doing like 12 per year. Maybe one day I'll level up, but I'm just saying we need to be focusing on community. We need to be focusing on growing, right? I don't want forever chemicals in my food. I don't. I don't. And so to the extent that I can make a change, I will. I am going to listen. I'm gonna show y'all this video one more time. This is my first attempt at one of the AI videos, and this was my Cinderella that I could get behind. So this was my Cinderella-esque type thing. But I just couldn't get on board with Cinderella having a whole fairy godmother and she going to the palace to dance. Like I just want to go to the ball. Get the heck out of here. She showed up there for plants. She showed up for plants. Listen, yes to community, yes to sharing the squash and the blackberry. Because one of my blackberry plants was doing so, but the other one, listen, those blackberries were big, fat, sweet, and delicious. So I'm gonna show y'all my AI video. I'm gonna get better at this.
Miss, you lost your shoe.
Keep it! I've got what I came for!
Then I'll bring it to you.
Listen, I'm just gonna get better at this. So I think I'm gonna make myself a superhero. I'm gonna be a super plant hero. But I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. Listen, let's focus on community. Let's focus on growing, right? Let's focus on growing. We do not listen. We can grow some of these groceries. We don't have to grow all the things. Maybe you're not gonna buy half a cow, but if you have a neighbor like Lynette, maybe hey, I would like to buy a cow too. How can we get in on that? Community. So let's think about it. Babe, you're still here. So I will talk to y'all later. I will be back tomorrow. I love y'all. Let's think about community. Let's think about growing our groceries. We do not have to let these forever chemicals in our food be the end of it for us. Okay? Now, we're going to have to figure something out about the drinking water. I don't know yet. When I read that, I was like, come on. We got to think of something, but I got nothing so far. But let's work on it. Until next time, enjoy your wild America. Bye, y'all. Have a great night.